Imagine staring into the eyes of an ancient secret, something so profoundly out of place, so utterly impossible that it shatters everything you thought you knew about human history. That's exactly what happened to Dr. Zoe Carter and her team deep within the newly unearthed pyramid of Illara. For weeks, the scorching desert sun had beaten down on their tireless efforts, revealing little more than expected hieroglyphs and ceremonial artifacts. But then, a faint fissure in a seemingly solid wall led them to an unseen passage. A chamber sealed for millennia, its entrance meticulously hidden from the passage of time. The air inside was thick, ancient, carrying the scent of forgotten dust and untold stories. As Luke, Zoe's most trusted colleague, carefully removed the final stone, a gasp escaped Zoe's lips. It wasn't gold, nor jewels, but something far more precious, far more terrifying. The walls of the chamber weren't adorned with the familiar scenes of pharaohs and gods, but with a series of paintings so utterly bizarre, so alien in their depiction, that they defied every known historical and scientific explanation. This wasn't just a discovery, it was a paradigm shift, a whisper from the past that screamed of a future we can barely comprehend. The chamber was small, almost claustrophobic, yet every inch of its surface pulsed with an unsettling energy. Zoe and Luke, usually meticulous and methodical, found themselves simply standing, transfixed by the impossible art before them. The paintings depicted figures unlike any human, elongated and graceful, with large, dark eyes and strange metallic garments that seemed to shimmer even in the dim light of their headlamps. They weren't holding spears or scepters, but intricate devices that emitted beams of light, interacting with what appeared to be colossal, geometric structures floating in the sky. One mural in particular sent a chill down Zoe's spine. It showed these beings observing what looked unmistakably like Earth, but with continents in configurations that predated any known geological map, and a second, smaller moon orbiting alongside our own. Luke, ever the pragmatist, tried to rationalize it. Perhaps an artistic interpretation, Zoe, a myth exaggerated by ancient imaginations. But Zoe shook her head, her gaze fixed on a detail that defied simple explanation. Interspersed among these alien scenes were symbols that resembled complex mathematical equations and what looked eerily like constellations, but with stars in positions that wouldn't occur for tens of thousands of years into the future. It was as if the artists had a telescope peering not into space, but into time itself. News of their find spread like wildfire within the archaeological community, though strictly contained from public knowledge for fear of panic or widespread disbelief. Dr. Grace Chen, a renowned expert in ancient languages and symbology, was flown in immediately. Her initial reaction mirrored Zoe's, a mix of awe and profound bewilderment. These aren't hieroglyphs, nor cuneiform, nor any known ancient script, Grace murmured, tracing a finger over a series of interconnected lines that seemed to form a circuit diagram. The precision, the complexity, it's beyond anything we attribute to this era. It's almost technological. Lily, an art historian specializing in prehistoric art, joined them a few days later, her usual academic composure replaced by a look of bewildered fascination. The pigments themselves are inorganic compounds we can't identify, Lily explained, running tests with portable spectrometers. And the technique, it's not fresco, not tempera. It's almost as if the colors were somehow fused into the stone at a molecular level. The team worked tirelessly, documenting every inch, taking samples and attempting to decipher the baffling narratives. One recurring motif was a colossal crystalline structure, depicted both on Earth and among the stars, seemingly radiating energy. Was it a power source, a portal, or a message? Another painting showed the strange beings interacting with what appeared to be early humans, not as conquerors or gods, but as observers, perhaps even as mentors, guiding them with the very same light-emitting devices. The implications were staggering. Were these paintings a record of extraterrestrial visitation? A prophecy of future events? Or perhaps the forgotten history of a lost, hyper-advanced human civilization that somehow vanished without a trace, leaving behind only this enigmatic visual testament? Chloe, a young but brilliant astrophysicist brought in for her expertise in celestial mapping, spent days poring over the star charts depicted. "This is the most disturbing part," Chloe confessed, her voice barely a whisper. "Some of these constellations, the nebulae, they align with astronomical events that are projected to happen millions of years from now. Others, they don't exist in our observable universe at all. It's like they were seeing through a different window of reality." The team grappled with the implications. If these paintings were literal, then everything they knew about the timeline of human development, the origins of civilization, and even our place in the cosmos was fundamentally flawed. Was humanity merely a footnote in a larger cosmic drama? Were these beings our creators, our guardians, or simply ancient witnesses to a reality far grander and more terrifying than we could ever imagine? The pressure mounted. Governments and shadowy organizations became aware of the discovery, demanding access, demanding answers. But there were no easy answers. The more they studied, the deeper the mystery became. The paintings were a paradox, a beautiful, terrifying enigma that whispered of possibilities that both thrilled and chilled them to the bone. As Zoe stood alone in the chamber one final evening before the site was locked down and the true implications became a global secret, she felt a profound sense of wonder and unease. The figures on the wall seemed to watch her, their large, dark eyes holding the secrets of forgotten epochs and unwritten futures. This was more than an archaeological find. It was a challenge to humanity's very self-perception, a question etched in stone that continues to echo through the corridors of time.